टोपी ले, टोपी ले।
आदर बाथरोब पहन के बैठे हैं क्या?
हाँ, साले बाबा तुम मेरा ले लिया।
नो
आदर, अच्छा यू डिडंट हियर, झूठे।
when will I hear it?
कौतुक,
Yeah,
कौतुक back me up.
I saw Varun call this joke a while back.
Yeah,
But where
बस
was I?
you were right here listening and
Yeah,
then
you were listening with the
processing
headphones in
and
your
now
ear.
saying
No,
live.
I was
अच्छा ठीक है, तो हम सबके तरफ से तू
You're
सॉरी बोलेगा
basically
पहले।
हाँ, you're basically doing what वो किसने recently एक पूरा joke lift किया था रिकी जर्विस के एक पूरे bit से, गॉर्डन ने।
Is it?
Literally word for word, he put it. He's sitting on the desk and saying a joke that is 2 years ago from his special.
James Corden.
James Gordon.
अच्छा बाबा प्लीज सबको सॉरी बोलो, रीजन बोल कि तूने क्यों टेक्निकल सीन में गुच्ची किया।
ओ
हाँ बाबा बता।
ओ
तू एपिसोड डिलीट कर देता है गलती से, लोगों को देखने नहीं मिलता है, हमको बिना बोले तो हम लोग के कॉन्वर्सेशंस काट देता है, और अब तूने टेक्निकल फक अप कर दिया।
I've forgotten how to do this now.
Yeah, guys, firstly welcome back.
हाँ,
welcome back and sorry हम लोग एक महीने पर्सनल टाइम के लिए थोड़ा ब्रेक लिया. It's not cool at all, so really sorry. पब्लिक भड़क गई है ब्रो, मैं थोड़े कमेंट पढ़ रहा था ना, बहुत पब्लिक एकदम गुस्सा, और काफी क्रिएटिव फनी रैंट्स भी देखे मैंने, सो सॉरी टू ऑल यू गाइस, बट या वी आर बैक नाउ और अभी से कंसिस्टेंट रहेंगे. आज एक्चुअली बेस्ट चांस था टू शो दैट विल बी कंसिस्टेंट, और उसमें भी 15 मिनट लेट.
बाय द वे हम लोग पौने घंटे से बैठे प्रेपिंग आवर टॉपिक्स, prepping everything के हाँ चल अभी लाइव लास्ट 4 मिनट्स
हम
लेट्स
लोग
गो लाइव
प्रेप करके भी आए लाइव ब्रो. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई वी फक्ड इट अप.
दिस इज टेस्ट 3.0, न्यू फॉर्मेट. But anyway, welcome back guys after 1 month, and we wanted to do a live because बात करने के लिए time pass ज़्यादा better है in person. I mean not that you guys are in person, but you all are there on chat. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. ये हमेशा करना भूल जाते हैं. थोड़ा comment ठोको, like ठोको, और बताओ क्या किया तुमने पिछले 1 महीने में, नेविल शाह?
1 महीना हो गया क्या?
हाँ ब्रो.
क्या किया? कुछ नहीं, ज्यादातर तो थोड़ा बहुत काम किया, शाम किया, थोड़ा यूरोप घूमा, फिर थोड़ा बर्थडे मनाया.
Wait, pause. Go back to थोड़ा यूरोप घूमा.
क्या कैजुअली बोल रहे, थोड़ा यूरोप घूमा, बता किधर घूमा, क्या किया, कितने बार स्कैम हुआ, तेरा बटवा घूमा कि नहीं, क्योंकि मैं दैट्स अ विक्ट्री ब्रो.
मैं स्पेन गया था, एंड नॉट बार्सिलोना, दैट्स द बेटर पार्ट.
ओह वाओ, किधर गया? कोस्टा ब्रावा?
नो,
कोस्टा बावा.
मैं बहुत बोरिंग आदमी, मैं मैड्रिड गया था.
और फिर स्टैचू देखे?
हाँ, स्टैचू देखे, म्यूजियम देखा,
म्यूजियम
नहीं,
कौन से म्यूजियम गया है?
मैं ये नहीं किया, म्यूजियम देखा, स्टैचू देखा और देखा जापान. तो
That is pretty dull, man.
बट फिर बर्थडे मनाया ब्रो. बर्थडे का तो बहुत लाइफ सीन हो गया है ब्रो. मैंने ना 20 साल की उम्र में, 20-25 साल की उम्र में, विच वाज लॉन्ग अगो, अपने आप को बोला था कि 42 में मैं रिटायर करेगा. और मैं रिटायर एज इन मैं आई विल स्टॉप हैविंग टू हसल. ठीक है. और फिर मैं 42 पहुंचा और बैंक बैलेंस देखा, बोला ब्रो रिटायर का तो चांस ही नहीं है, बहुत दूर है.
तूने तेरा ये वाला ड्रीम रिटायर कर दिया, कुछ तो रिटायर
फुल ऐसा.
Because a week back, Baba has called me and been like, bro, ये हमने इतने सारे shows किए, उसके पैसे किधर है? So I think you're a little far from that dream, Baba.
Guys, this is not fishing for super chats. Just let me know. But in case you do want to give, you can give it on Baba's phone number, which is 3
टकले 1212.
तो तू मैड्रिड घुमा, आदर तू क्या लंदन घुमा? ओह शॉकिंग, क्योंकि मैं तेरे को मिला वहां पर, इसी बात पे हाई फाई.
एक मिनट, आई कैनॉट बिलीव आदर, यू आर सच अ कंटेंट क्रेजी पर्सन. यू हैव मेड वरुण डू अ डांस रील.
अरे मजा आया. That very song got stuck in my head only after.
Yes, but
I was trying to no. It was me trying to prove a point to Varun. I told him कि ये देख ये गाना ट्रेंड हो रहा है, वी वर डिस्कसिंग कंटेंट एंड क्या हो गया है, लाइक हम लोग बैठ के स्केच लिख रहे हैं, कौतुक ने एक स्क्रिप्ट लिखा था,
ये झूठ बोल रहा है, हम लोग ने स्केच नहीं लिखा, हम लोग ने बैठ
नहीं
के
नहीं,
बात
मैंने
किया
और
कि
तूने
शूट
नहीं,
करेंगे।
मैंने और तूने नहीं, कौतुक ने एक स्केच लिखा मेहनत से, 2 पेज का स्केच, कौतुक और मैं एडिट कर रहे हैं बैठ के, हम लोग बोल रहे हैं ये परफॉर्मेंस ठीक है क्या, आई मेड कौतुक रीशूट हिज पार्ट्स, इज लाइक नहीं, आई नीडेड टू बी लाइक लेट्स बी फनीयर, इट्स नॉट मैचिंग द टोन दैट वीव काइंड ऑफ गॉट, लाइक इट शुड लुक लाइक वन स्केच, वो सब मेहनत कर रहे हैं। एंड मैंने बाद में ऐसे वरुण से देख के बोला कि वरुण ऑनेस्टली ये गाना अभी ट्रेंड हो रहा है, दिस विल गेट नो व्यूज इफ वी स्पेंड 7 seconds डूइंग दिस, एंड आई ट्राई टू प्रूव इट टू हिम।
हम लोगों ने एक ही टेक किया।
हाँ, और रात के 9 बजे, इंडिया के 9 बजे मैंने अपलोड किया हो, जस्ट टू प्रूव अ पॉइंट, एंड 10 बजे जब तक हम लोग डिनर पे बैठे उसको 100,000 व्यूज मिल गए।
Dude, can I tell you something? So I saw that reel, and here's how you know that everyone in the world has now become accustomed to reels, because तुम लोग ये public में कर रहा है ना, not one person has turned around and looked at you.
No,
Not
that's
one
also
person
because
has
you're in
given a
London.
shit.
That's also because you're in London. कोई दिखता नहीं है.
No, as in
Nobody
like
gives a
you
shit.
do anything in public today, right? People will be अच्छा reel बना रहा है, छोड़, right?
Bro,
You
लेकिन
can-
हम लोग ने
long
कितने
as there's
देखे?
as long as there's a camera point, if there's a camera pointing, there is no justification needed that
Yeah,
there are 2 guys doing.
yeah, does not matter.
I'm not surprised कि public
Yeah.
join नहीं किया, फिर से ऐसे 4 और 10 public आके सब कर रहा है. बहुत लोग नहीं किया लेकिन वो. But Aadar, मजा आया. We did a show in London, by the way, and again thank you to all the TIS Army in London. Sold out show और मजेदार. मतलब
बहुत मजेदार।
आदर ने कुछ भारी एक क्राउड वर्क किया है.
I
which
just
is very
have one
different from
question.
what I've seen Aadar do, and he has killed it.
No, I have one question. Aadar kills it on stage 98% of the time. 2% of the time, everyone fails. Okay. My question is, you told Aadar 12 minutes to do at the top. How
Yeah.
much did he actually do?
20. But it's good because उसने ऑडियंस को इतना गरम कर दिया था कि मैं आके वाओ वाओ बोल रहा था, उस पे हंस
Aadar is such a hungry performer, no? उसको वो लाइट वाइट समझ में ही नहीं आता. वो बोल रहा है अच्छा जा रहा है, मैं एक गाना डाल देता हूँ. अच्छा
नहीं, I did a very respectable thing. अमित टंडन के साथ मैं परफॉर्म कर रहा था, तभी मैंने घड़ी ऐसा उल्टा पहन के अपना माइक के साथ पकड़ा हुआ है, so that I can constantly see, because we were performing at LSE, London School of Economics, so he had a nice auditorium there, and हम लोग देख रहे हैं बैकस्टेज, मैं और अमित टंडन ऐसे खड़े होके, वहां पे लिखा है प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स देयर, मनमोहन सिंह, बिल गेट्स, एंड नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू स्टेप ऑन stage and I'm going to crack these kind of jokes. तो हम लोग ऐसा बैठ के देख रहे हैं, बट टाइम पे निकला वहां से, because we had to be kicked out at the right time. वो स्टूडेंट्स इतना पैनिक थे.
And it would
So
be
some
weird
venues,
if
like
you did as much
comedy
time.
venues are chill.
It would
The way
be
Varun
weird
did.
if you did the same amount of time as Tandon. So you had
That
to
will
do.
be messed up.
No,
Yeah.
so basically Aadar is saying that to get him to get off stage on time, you need Manmohan Singh and Barack Obama to perform before him. Okay, got it.
Before, it's like यहाँ पे मैं टाइम पे, this has to be done properly.
Kautuk, तू क्या क्या? Before we go to Varun.
I spent the month. I started reading a lot more.
How much more can you read?
Is it because for 1 month you didn't have to worry about shouldering the topics of the podcast?
Yeah, I could read for myself for a change. No, but so my favorite singer Bono's memoir came out, so I was reading that. I read a whole bunch of other books, but I also started. I started doing a deep dive into horror movies. And
how much more can you deep dive into horror movies?
No, I realized once
you're already in one. Like I think that's how it'll end.
No, that's the thing. So like when I started deep diving, that's when I realized कि मैं इतने shallow पानी में तड़फड़ रहा था. Like now it's like, now there's depth to the, like when you start getting to, I tell you how you know that you've reached depth. It's as a horror fan, when you start watching Iranian horror, Spanish horror,
Dude, Spanish
Korean
horror is kick ass.
But तू पहले कभी नहीं देखा था क्या Spanish horror, Iranian horror?
Not to the extent that I've seen it now. Like I've now seen the Vikram Bhatt of Iran.
Oh God, I shudder to think what that is.
How is that? My question therefore is, why is that depth or just breadth?
That's I think
that's depth.
It is breadth, but it's also like, so there is something I was writing, which is why I was also diving. And if you couple the writing with the diving, then it becomes a little bit of depth. If you're just consuming, then I think it's breadth.
Varun, quick update before we move back to.
अरे मैंने तो दे दिया ना अपडेट. मैं भी यूरोप में था, मैं भी घूम रहा था, शोज कर रहा था, आदर से मिला और वापस आ गया, फिर शादी पे गया, फिर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड पे गया और अभी वापस आया और मेरे को बुखार है और मेरा गला खराब है.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention one thing, which is this. So in this month, I also happened to chance upon the thing that is going to end all our careers collectively.
Yeah.
And the careers of all artists eventually.
In fact, we didn't even need to do today's episode. We could have just asked this thing to do it. And that thing is, Kautuk, take it away.
Yeah. So basically, over the last 2-3 weeks, I have just been sucked into the emergence of AI generated chatbots and just bots that are taking over the world in terms of art. AI has now gone creative, right? So we had DALL-E and all of those other offshoots, Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, all of these things, which were basically bots that would create AI generated art. And now recently was OpenAI's Chat GPT 3. And that's basically a conversational AI tool where you can type in a question and it'll spit out creative answers.
Yeah.
And it has been a revelation. It's like, you know, being an astronomer and seeing the moon landing. Like it's one landmark moment in whatever is happening in the world. And it's a very interesting moment. And we thought that we should talk about it. Share some of our thoughts.
You know, like the first time I heard about it was because it was the most downloaded thing, right? Compared, like they showed a comparative analysis of Instagram, Twitter, whatever. This reached 1 million downloads in what, 7, like a week or less?
Much less.
Yeah,
much
4
less.
days. 4 days or something.
Also, when to be understood, like Facebook and all these apps, when they started, it was absolutely like we weren't as tech savvy or as it wasn't. You had to go to your laptop to get Facebook. It's not as easy as phone pe try kar leta hu.
Correct. What Aadar saying is absolutely right. Like I'm saying, based on penetration of the internet and the usability and ease of the internet.
Let's not talk about penetration on the internet.
So I was really helping him. But,
bro, Aadar तो और मैं same time पे हंसे, मालूम है ना? मैं दिमाग में हंसा, तूने हंसी को निकाल दिया बाहर. And then I was waiting for him to stop and say what, and we would both say penetration. और फिर हंसते. Okay.
So
guys, please like the podcast.
So no,
Amazon Music has just shared this as one of the top podcasts in the country. Please like.
Awal.
No, so basically what we're getting at is that, look, all 4 of us have very little idea of what exactly goes into the AI programming or what exactly is the sort of technical stuff that goes into it. But
it's made on the GPT 3.5 software, which is
yeah, but we can spit out the Wikipedia entry very quickly. Also, what we can do is as artists to react to some of the stuff that is going on in the world right now. Because by the way, so the art world is divided completely in the middle, right? So there are artists who have gone into an existential spiral. जिधर वो लोग बोल रहे कि मेरा अभी like these technologies are so good, they are so accurate, they are so wonderfully creative and playful that it's going to take away my job and the end is near, and they're just going down
which it is, because I've been dabbling ever since I saw your stories. ऐसे चल मैं भी देखता हूँ क्या चल रहा है. Finally मुझे आज जाके इंटरनेट मिला, and bro, it is insane.
It's so madness.
मतलब, you know, like all of us are going to be redundant.
No.
Like
no,
eventually, अभी beta version में इसलिए, लेकिन
but it'll take a while. It'll not be
beta में data डालेगा ना, फिर ऐसा लेटा देगा ना तेको.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, Jeta.
No,
Perfect
so
analysis.
the basic premise of it is that it works off as much as you've fed it. So even if you put together every single piece of art, literature, history, music, whatever it is you want, right? You put in every single piece of information, it will still assimilate from everything that humans have achieved. It's in the past tense, right? It can therefore
It's only till 2021 on Chat GPT.
No, so I'm saying it can put together whatever it needs to put together with the experience of humankind and the analysis. That's not to say it can't do anything futuristic. Of course it can. It can write a sci-fi movie. That's not what I mean. But there's always going to be space for actual creative bravado. The other thing that's important is also what is it that you can do with it is just as important. But I rarely talk about work. That I've done or that I've done and stuff like that. But I'm saying it's just that even when we've used AI, whenever we've used AI, it's how you use it. There are tons of ideas that work in advertising that use AI, not necessarily to create, but to support. Right. So it's how you're going to end up using it. Like, for example, there was an idea from the UK this year at Cannes where there was a victim who was killed fairly early in his life, right? And with the possibility of AR, he was a footballer. And with the possibility of AI, they were able to create what he would look like now and how he would be as a player now.
Oh wow!
And so they put that into context, and you could play with him on video games as well, right? So I'm saying it's doable. जब हम लोग ने वो शाहरुख का ad किया,
just explain that ad a little bit for people who don't know.
I mean it's nothing. I mean the team sort of had this idea where we would use Shahrukh to mouth or take the name of every single store that you put in. Right, so
that was to promote your local brand, so
local stores than anything else.
And right? Baba, you've done a horrible job at explaining that. Basically, that ad was wherever,
and you thought of the ad.
Arey Baba, I'm telling you, no.
So this is why AI is important.
Let me just explain that ad properly once before you go into it. So basically, the ad used to be like this. It was designed like this: that if you were watching it in Andheri, Mumbai, Shahrukh would mouth the names of the stores that were in your locality. And the way it was done was by using AI.
It's not just that. So you fed in names and you could receive your own shop. So for example, Kautuk stores could be something that Shahrukh would say. Right? Like you would enter it and then Shahrukh would say.
But of course, you can get Shahrukh to say Patel store, Sai service, Mahavir store, Janardhan clinic. वो नहीं बोलेगा तो उसमें तुम लोग AI use किया.
You're using deepfake in combination with this?
No, but it's not just picture, right? It's audio also.
It's not just deepfake. So there is a AI version of it where we've actually spent time shooting Shahrukh in each of those spots for 15 minutes to be able to create enough information that we can regenerate. So it's not just, the base is deepfake. So the same thing happened with auto-tune. The same thing happened with deepfake. It's where it's gone to and where it's evolved to. Because the AI part of deepfake is creating Shahrukh to do that. Deepfake is one base tech, right? Like I chipka one photo. The AI moves. So when I say the word Mahavir, the cheekbones go up, this goes, whatever, something moves, one muscle moves here.
Mahavir, see, nothing went up. Mahavir store.
Mahavir. But hilana aisa. You know उसका महावीर स्टोर ऐसा हिला ना,
वो सब में ऐसे ही हिलता है.
But नहीं, साई सर्विस ऐसा हिलेगा थोड़ा नीचे से.
साई सर्विस मत लेना.
साई सर्विस.
सच बोले आया था कि शाहरुख 4 साल इसलिए एक्टिंग नहीं किया, तेरा एड शूट कर रहा है अभी तक. शाहरुख यू वांट टू गो? नहीं यार, अभी महावीर स्टोर्स बोला है. ओके, महावीर जनार्दन.
No, so I think when you do that, there's tons of ads that have used AI, not just from that. There was a Van Gogh exhibit that used AI to be able to decode stuff under the canvas. There's tons of ways on how you're using it to be able to create it, and that's what I think. I think one of the biggest things is going to be how you use it more than what it does by itself.
Yeah,
I got तुम लोग ने वो ad आमिर खान के साथ नहीं किया because he would be giving the AI direction. Like, नहीं ये correct नहीं हुआ ये वाला Mahavir stores.
He learned how
Neville
to code.
every day.
The other thing,
Amir will become AI. Amir intelligence.
The other thing to always remember in that argument of my job is on the line. I think that when it comes to the creative field, I think it's never going to be on the line because it's how much you can. It's creativity isn't a thing that's measurable, and therefore it's never going to deplete in that sense. Yes, you can get rid of a script writer because an AI can write a script, but the idea is still going to be fueled. The other thing to remember is when cameras came, there were people who were like, oh shit, mera naukri jane wala hai. When you went from when you went from film camera to digital camera, you were like, oh my god, Kodak band ho gaya. So, but there is always going to be evolution along the way because industries don't shut overnight.
Kodak बंद हो गया, but thumbnail creator चालू हो गया. Right, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm
एक बंद होगा, दूसरा चालू होगा. But like this is not the first chatbot that has come out, right? You've had Microsoft dabble in this, Meta has dabbled in this. Like I read somewhere that when Microsoft का आया था ना, Tay or Tai, I don't know how you say it. The internet pretty much taught it misogynistic and racist rhetoric in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like even when Meta came out, somebody actually called it out when they checked that it was spreading misinformation, right? Like Donald Trump won the 2020 presidential election. ये फैल गया
Meta पे.
हाँ, because there, when you have like a certain terms of code of conduct. I don't know what do you call that.
Thakur, you think there should be a separate president for virtual reality? Like virtual reality ke
there will be a meta
area mein
president. I am pretty sure there will be a meta president because you can buy meta property. So there is a possibility that the people who are online can.
Or Donald Trump आएगा उधर. Hey, let's build a virtual wall.
I think Pikachu will win. Pikachu would win.
So in that, right, Meta ka, when it started spreading this misinformation, it was violating clearly like the terms of service, right, content policy, etc., etc. So they had to create another AI, which is policy moderator for the AI that is being used.
Shit.
वो भी ह्यूमन से नहीं कर पा रहे बराबर बिकॉज उसमें प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. उसके लिए भी AI कोई देख रहा है. ये चल रहा है.
हम लोग चले जाते हैं ना. जाओ बाय.
That humanitarian partial bias that exists can be taken out, but if you put it in the context after you fed everything, how do you take it out? So that's one of the ethicists' questions when it comes to AI and what you're going to be able to sort of do with AI, because even today it's how we're using it. There was this really interesting Economist article that spoke about how it's going to be so important to have IP contracts in place and IP laws in place well before AI is actually common, simply because there was
you can't distinguish, right? Because तूने अभी ये जब बोला है ना 15 बॉलीवुड पिक्चर लिख दिया है चैट बॉक्स ने.
Yeah.
ठीक है, उसने फीड इन कर दिया है guy, girl.
There was an experiment, not an experiment really.
But Abbas Mastan were doing this in the 90s with DP.
Yeah, they didn't have a chat box. Abbas Mastan को बोला लिख.
No, so there was a
Abbas Mastan actually GI Joe खेल रहे हैं. ऐसे बच्चे लोग खेलते हैं ना. अभी स्केलेटोर ने मार दिया ईमैन को. अरे नहीं, लेकिन ईमैन अभी तक जिंदा है क्योंकि ऑर्को ने उसको वहां से बचाया. लेकिन ऑर्को एक्चुअली
AI किधर है?
स्केलेटोर के लिए काम करता है.
That was the AI of the time.
अरे AI Abbas intelligence. Why? It's already
Abbas
done.
intelligence.
So I was
Mastan
saying,
writes.
That's all. Mastan पीछे मत करिए. Stenographer.
There is an Ella Fitzgerald song that has been completely generated by AI, right? And it was they fed it every single thing that Ella Fitzgerald has sung, done, composed, etc. And then it created a song that pretty much felt like a real Ella Fitzgerald song, and you wouldn't be able to think that she didn't do it. Now the thing about that is, who owns that song? Is it the creator who sort of did it? Like Jay-Z tried to get one video down where somebody has used Jay-Z's entire voice to sing Shakespearean sonnets. Okay, so he's rapping Shakespearean sonnets and Shakespearean speeches and monologues. All right.
Wow, bro. ये किधर मिलेगा मेरे को सुनने का?
YouTube पे. So एक तो है उसमें वो to be or not to be. That is the question.
Thank you. You're far too kind.
So
be you not to be.
So in that in that Jay-Z thing, the Jay-Z has literally spoken to YouTube to take it down, saying, "A bro, ये मेरा गाना नहीं है. B, ये मैं नहीं हूँ. ये कोई और गा रहा है मेरी आवाज में." Because the person has uploaded it saying whatever, Jay-Z thinks Shakespeare.
And Jay-Z must have written saying ki, by the way, the lyrics also weren't that good, please.
So
Yeah, be not to be.
So the question is, who
Got to
owns
be
the
what
rights?
you got to
What
be.
is the
Not,
question?
not to be what you got to be. That,
Wait, what is the question,
Yeah.
Neville?
So
Question is who made this and who owns the
no,
copyright?
he's saying to be or not to be.
No,
That
it
is the
is to
question.
be.
I know.
He was going
Yes.
to.
Kidding.
So the point is, who has the rights? Who owns the copyright? Because obviously somebody has sat and created this idea that Jay-Z will sing Shakespearean sonnets. He has fed Shakespearean sonnets. Now, it needn't be that he could have written his own lyrics or she could have written their own lyrics. And they could have then made Jay-Z sing something.
तो
And at
joint
that point-
IP देना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से.
So it's not. So the question is, these IP laws don't exist. They don't
Yeah,
exist.
they
don't
have
exist.
to rethink them.
So you have
Yeah.
to completely rethink
But it
that.
came to a
मेरे
point
को
where,
थोड़ा
you know,
बुरा लग
like,
रहा है कि मैंने अपना लॉ खत्म नहीं किया because my semester that I bunked was IP law.
bro, can you imagine अगर ये अपने स्कूल के टाइम पे होता यार,
Yeah.
ऐसे ऐसा लिखता है. You know, you can literally feed in like one line keywords and it writes you a proper essay, or copy that, put that in and ask it to condense it and it'll make it a 4-line explanation.
Yeah.
Would you have
You can
become
also
the
change that and then
artist-
say, write it like a second grader, and bro, it actually changed to that.
Yeah.
Insane.
But would you have become the artists you have become, or the sort of independence we have with like, अच्छा हम लोग अपना material खुद लिखेंगे, we work it out, we put it out.
मैं अभी sure नहीं
Would
हूँ.
you, yeah, would you have if you had this in college?
I think
Yes.
Would you have
you would be
ended
better.
up?
I think you'd be
Yes.
better.
No, I also think that that's really the point, right? Aadar, today, if you look at nieces and nephews of ours, they are so comfortable with videography. It's not even funny how easy they are. For us also, even though we were young when there was mobile cameras that sort of came on board, it took us a bit. We're still not instinctually perfect with the camera.
Because when it came for us, it used to look like everything looked like an MMS.
Correct.
So you didn't even feel like shooting anything because it's
So-
like
No, Kautuk, that's what, because you were looking at an MMS.
Yeah, you were
So-
looking
No,
at
because-
MMSs.
no, that, but also VGA. What the fuck was VGA? Do you
That's not
remember
even a
that?
camera.
Yeah, it was.
You know what has better vision than VGA? Cataract.
So there's by the way, this
Better picture
entire
quality.
This entire thing is supremely exciting because Aadar, to your point, I think we'd be considerably better because we'd have been raised with the AI. So it's what you do with it, and creativity is an intangible human thing.
Okay, yeah. If everybody's on steroids, then it's still like who is still doing
Who is
the
better on
best with the
steroids, right? So
Yeah.
it's that's what it is.
So,
The-
for example, like what I think is to add to that, like why, like I'm on the, like there's a part of me that's a little fatalistic, but then there's a part of me that is also that embraces it and sees it for what it is. Like, so what I think is that there's two things that can happen to artists. So one is that we'll be reduced to becoming what has happened to like tailors with the advent of mass production of clothes.
Are you talking about the Swifts?
Not the Swifts.
Are you talking about the car?
The seamsters. So basically, like, because of mass production, buying a t-shirt or jeans or whatever is so much cheaper, and you have so much more variety when you just buy it from a store. But you still go for alterations and changes and things that make it fit. In the same way, a lot of people will produce their art on AI generated art platforms or their scripts on something, and then they'll take it to an actual artist and be like, isko thoda alter kar dijiye, isme thoda fall laga dijiye. You know, it'll be that kind of sort of work. That's one.
No, but bespoke tailors are still the highest paid.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. The Louis Vuitton will still cost whatever. It's the
No.
average.
If I were to walk down the street now and go to a bespoke tailor for a suit, that's still a
But that's-
900 pound
that's-
suit.
But that's why.
But that's because you're in London. To इधर मनीष मार्केट जा फिर मालूम पड़ेगा तुम्हें.
No, but that's also why fewer people go to
करीम
them.
चाचा
Hmm.
करीम चाचा बहुत
So-
अच्छा लेकिन करीम चाचा भी काफी पैसा चार्ज करे
नहीं,
करीम
what I
चाचा
mean?
that's
मेहरबानी
the whole
बनाएंगे
point.
मेरे लिए
You
वो भी
see how
20,000 रुपए
distracting
लेंगे
it is.
The second part of it is that what will happen is with AI generated art, right? Like what we're essentially witnessing is the full true democratization of all art. Like that thing that used to be there, right? Like that arts was like some kind of God-given talent, that it was invested in certain people and only they were artistic. That's going to go, because now it's literally at the fingertips of everybody. But
It's not
what's going to happen?
democratization, it's
One second,
homogeneity.
Aadar. So what I think is going to happen is that where for the non-creative, art will end at AI, but for the creative, AI will be the starting point. So you'll have an idea, you'll type it out, you'll get 80 suggestions, and then it'll spur you on to keep developing. Which one to develop will be the judgment of future artists.
So that's
So-
the thing, right? But the inherent creativity that the person had before AI came in, where he or she would physically create that instead of just be creative in their commands that they have inputted into.
Oh yeah, Varun. I think
Not just commands.
I think there is always redundancies with evolution and progress. There's always redundancies. There was a time, and I'm giving you an extreme example. There was a time we were lighting fire with fire stones. Today we don't even think about it. Right. So I'm saying if you look at where that time is, if you look at some time ago where literally to take one photograph, you had to block a day, 400 people would have to collect. The timing on the weather would have to be right. And God forbid someone sneezed. You wouldn't know till it was developed.
which is
I
why no
get
one was
that.
happy in the
That's
photo.
why nobody's smiling.
Yeah.
So I don't think, I think what Kautuk is saying is the where your journey ends and begins is going to have to work with this. Like for example, if you there was one point I was trying to make about taking off from what Kautuk was saying about where for the non-creative person AI's journey will end is where it will begin. Because also there was an experiment done by some people where they got AI to create 19th century portraits in the style of 19th century artists, right? And then they took 19th century portraits from great artists, and they literally showed it to people and said, think which one is AI, right? And they've all chosen the AI, which one is drawn by a human, and they all chose AI as human. The reason for that was because AI has also, because there's a thing about human creativity that not only is the craft great and precise or whatever, but they also have mistakes in them.
Yeah.
And they also have
Imperfections.
And the imperfections are what make it great, right? But the AI was able to replicate even the imperfections to create that painting. So that's when it starts to really get scary, when you're trying to do that.
But exactly, right? तो सोच अगर तूने कमांड में सिर्फ डाला है sunflower और Van Gogh और बन गया, and you're showing it, right? And people are not able to distinguish. मतलब कल कोई भी जिसके पास access है, हाँ चल एक काम कर, my wife Da Vinci, अभी बीवी का पूरा नया portrait आ गया in Da Vinci style, but मैं घर पे बैठ के type करके कर रहा हूँ, right? So I don't think that, and it becomes democratization to a certain extent, but I think the value of person still doing it rises exponentially.
Of course.
No,
right?
but that's the thing, right?
But
If you
I don't find it democratization. I find that word of the democratization means that you are this is an innate thing that you deserve to have. No, you are not born with the same amount of talent.
No, exactly. The point is no, but that's the whole point. There used to be this notion that artists were special. That's going to change, because like if for example an artist takes 20 years to develop a style, right? But if you just take 3 pictures of their style and put it in a computer, and anyone can then
ape it.
So then it completely, like it takes the talent and puts it in the hands of anyone.
So I'll tell you the extreme version of this. There's a book called Scythe, which I'm going to read next. But the premise of the book is outstanding, right? So the premise of the book comes from, we're in a world where AI runs the world. The humankind has solved everything, including death, right? So people are dying. When a council of people who are separated from the AI decide that, अच्छा ठीक है, तू करके चलो kill. Okay, and no questions asked. You have to get killed or whatever. In this universe, humankind has gotten so bored because AI is doing everything. AI is creating, and there is no competition for AI. But I think you're so far away from that like I don't see I honestly think that is actually fiction, because at any point in time there will always be humans who will persevere to um outdo technology. So at some point you will be able to do it, as long as you use AI as a medium and not as the solution, right?
One thing that I read on so I've been reading 21 lessons for the 21st century. This is Yuval Noah Harari, and a good point he makes with AI is that we often confuse AI with consciousness.
Hmm.
They're two very separate things. You are not going to get Terminator Judgment Day because of AI. AI actually made the current chess players better than they have ever been till date, because they started competing with AI. So just like jumping off what Neville said, the chess players actually they lost a couple of uh, for a couple of years they were flummoxed, but then after that they started outsmarting the AI, and that made them even better, way better chess players than you. And
Yeah,
creativity will be the last thing that they'll be able to genuinely, or original creativity will be the last thing that will be taken away.
that's what I feel. I feel like, so there's two things I feel. One, the most fatal thing that I feel, as a very unpopular opinion, but I do feel that I don't think there's anything innately human about art or whatever. Like, I don't think that. Um, I I think if like, and especially based on what I've seen from AI generated art and what I've seen from Chat GPT and stuff like that, if you showed it to most people without telling them that this is AI, they will have the same reactions of, oh, there is a soul, there is a humanity, there is a blah 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 towards it. That's one, and that's a very odd and fatalistic thing. However, the second thing I do believe is that it's going to make what's like, there's a lot of creativity tends to be uh redundant, like not redundant, but it tends to be like very slow, stupid idea generation stuff. Okay, let me find 5 things that are interesting about this and then try to connect them and stuff like that. Maybe this stuff will help get past those things. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Baba and I were on a call. Okay, he was writing an ad for something, and he needed 20 examples for a particular situation. Right now, we just fed it into the chatbot, and it gave you 20 slapstick situations that were set on a plane. Just spat it out, right? And that became a starting point to
Yeah,
then take the idea.
couldn't use any of them because we had already thought of them.
Yeah,
Right.
but then you don't have to waste time thinking of
Those 20.
20 randoms, like just nuts and bolt stuff. So in that sense, it'll really aid creative people.
But Kautuk,
Shit will be done.
there is also a, I don't know, like a counterpoint to that, which is just to say that it's the nuts and bolts that gets you eventually to the cycle. So there is a process of getting you through the nuts and bolts which you need to have to be
But
able to get to the
I
cycle.
would argue that's true for the amateur. Like, when you're an
Yeah.
amateur trying to learn
Yeah.
something,
Yes.
then you have to understand the process. But once you've
I think
understood the
what
process, it's
आदर
redundant.
का क्वेश्चन वही था ना, वो एक इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन था कि तू ऐसा कॉलेज में ही तू या स्कूल में ही तू ऐसा ऐसे पेपर कॉपी कर
But Baba, you know what I would say contrary to that? Like, say for example, like, we go through this process because there were no tools to do it. Right? Like, for example, a person who's grown up on the digital camera will not know lensing the way it was done because on a film camera. But that doesn't matter, because they'll have the tools for their process. So that's done. Now the other thing is,
One thing is, I didn't know how to navigate a library. I have never learned, and recently, because I
yeah, there
was
you
in
go.
school, I never knew how to navigate a library, and the librarian was like, "Have you never stepped in a school library before?"
Yeah,
Because I
there
would
you go.
constantly, I would look up a book online. I would say, "Yes, it's there in the library," but I don't know how to alphabetically find it.
Yeah, like, I'll tell you another thing. Like, for example, with this kind of thing, right? Like with AI, um, like, here's a very interesting example. Okay, so there's a guy called Jason M. Allen, okay, who had this to say. Okay, he basically said, art is dead, dude. Okay, who is Jason M. Allen? Jason M. Allen was the winner of the Colorado State Art Fairs competition in the category of emerging artists. And his art was called Theater de Opera Spatial. And it was made on Midjourney. Okay. Midjourney was an AI app. And it's a gorgeous thing to look at. If you look at his thing, just in case you're interested, just search for Jason M. Allen Theater de Opera Special. Now here's the thing. So he got 300 rupees, $300 for this thing. Okay. That's not much. But he was like, dude, I just sent it in. Time pass me. Okay. And it won. And people said exactly the same things that they would say for a real piece of art. They said it's got so much depth and soul and all the things that you would imagine, right? So that's one. Then the second one was, Baba, this is up your alley. Okay. So Lexus used IBM's Watson AI. Okay. They fed it, Baba. They fed it Cannes award-winning car commercials. Okay, they fed every single advert, which was a Cannes award-winning car commercial, and they said, "Write us a 60-second car commercial." Okay, and the AI wrote the script. So the 60-second advert starts with written by artificial intelligence, executed by award-winning human. Okay, and if you go to see that ad, it's a Lexus. It's called Lexus, and ironically, the ad is called Lexus driven by intuition. If you see that ad, it's a classic car commercial. Classic. And the way that the humans and all are depicted in it, right? Like the outcome is human. In fact, it feels more exciting than whatever Mahindra ad is going on in the FIFA World Cup, which I'm tired of seeing. So like that's where I'm coming from. Like there was another AI piece of art, which was a book. Okay, it's a Japanese book, which almost won a literary award. Okay, completely written by AI. The name of the book that AI wrote was "The Day a Computer Writes a Novel." Okay, and
how long back was this?
This was recently. This was in 1 second. 20 no sorry, it was a little while back, 2016 types.
Okay. Wow.
So here are two sentences that the AI wrote. Okay. It says, "I writhed with joy, which I experienced for the first time and kept writing with excitement. The day a computer wrote a novel, the computer, placing priority on the pursuit of its own joy, stopped working for humans."
Wow.
That's a very human response to whatever, and you can't tell the difference really. This is actually grammatically and everything wise better than most novels that come out.
But there's so many like that. They've actually gone ahead and won awards, bro. Actual art pieces submitted by people, but completely made by AI.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's stopping somebody right now? Okay, this person almost in the writing world, pseudonyms are very common. What is stopping an individual like me, who is not a novelist, to be like, I want to write a story about young kids playing football in school
Nothing.
and go novel and catch up to 5 years of work that Kautuk has done
Nothing.
by feeding it every sports book there is.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. By the way, what's interesting?
One sec. I'm just going to do one experiment. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Chal, Aadar, what did you want? Write
Right का spelling उतना तो सही लिख.
summary for a
young adult
sports book.
For a
sports
young
novel.
Young adult sports novel.
Novel
About football.
Set in school.
In Thane.
School. About football.
About football.
And love.
Sure.
In Thane bhi likhna.
I don't think it'll know that. Agrippa must navigate the challenges of both football and love as members of the school football team. They face intense competition on the field.
Bro, this is student of the year.
Dude, no, this is
This
red
is
card.
way better than student of the year.
No, this is red
No.
card.
This is also red card. This is also red
This
card.
is
Like,
red card.
The first bit is sound like student of the year.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Is there anything else we want to feed?
This
Oh,
is a
guys,
better
our
summarization of Kautuk's novel than Kautuk did.
topics for a podcast. Topics
With four guys.
With four guys.
with 4 friends.
Random, interesting, funny topics for a podcast with four guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Since we are always out of these.
and you know what
Even
we should
the
do
internet
next?
is. Hey
Oh, we
guys,
flummoxed it.
1 second, we should ask the
the
chat.
latest trends in fashion and style. We've done this. Social
सब कर
impact of
Health,
media. Social
fitness.
impact नहीं किया media के. Healthy
News stories.
bizarre
Coming movies and TV shows.
कर दिया है.
Travel.
History भी किया है. Okay,
Hottest
for all of
news.
you listening on audio platforms, we're screen sharing and going through the Chat GPT app. So for this, come to YouTube.
Hey, chat, please send in a weird suggestion that you would like to, and we'll put it in.
Oh yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
bad idea, Kautuk Shrivastava.
Oh, wait,
That is a
bro.
great idea.
1 second. I have the best idea for right now.
What?
Baba, type. Write a Salman Khan movie.
Summary for a Salman Khan movie.
Salman Khan action movie. Let's see what comes. Scene, no. Write a summary.
No, scene from a Salman Khan movie where
Yes.
he is a cop.
No. Pan masala ad. Oh God, there's someone who said pan masala. Great suggestion. Whoever you are.
Write a scene from a Salman
Where
Khan
he
movie.
is a cop chewing pan masala
नहीं पान मसाला बाद में करेंगे.
and
Pan
investigating.
masala कुछ और.
Writing.
Rajveer Singh. Bro,
The
this
scene
is-
opens with Salman Khan as Inspector Rajveer Singh standing in the middle of a bustling city street. He is clad in police uniform, a steely expression on his face. Suddenly, a group of criminals burst out of a nearby building, firing their guns wildly. Without hesitation, Rajveer draws his own weapon and begins to return fire. The criminals scatter, trying to escape, but Rajveer is relentless. He races after them, dodging bullets and jumping over obstacles with ease. As he chases the criminals through the crowded street, Rajveer shows no fear. He expertly takes down each of the bad guys with his using his superior fighting skills and quick thinking to outmaneuver them at every turn. Finally, he corners the last of the criminals, disarms him with a well-placed kick. The criminal falls to the ground, defeated. With the threat
This is the
neutralized,
best part of it. It
Rajveer
is
takes
so
a moment
true.
to catch his breath. He looks around the chaos that he has crossed. A small smile on his face. He knows that he has once again proven himself to be the best cop on the force. Hey, hood,
Wow.
the bug. Hey, the
Bro,
bug.
this was better than Radhe.
Bro,
This is the opening scene of Dabangg 4.
dude, this is hilarious.
Also, this was written faster than you could read it.
Yeah. Dude, मैं तो थक गया. मेरे को तो half लग रही थी.
Which is also what Radhe has done.
Wow.
Here,
Write a
here,
pan
here.
masala ad.
Salman fighting T-Rex while eating pan masala.
No, that's on Dali.
No, but put it as a ad.
No,
na?
write an ad. Should it be-
About Akshay Kumar.
Write a TV ad about
What's the ad?
Akshay Kumar and Salman Khan fighting a T-Rex. Write a TV ad for a pan masala for pan masala.
correct.
With Akshay Kumar.
Yeah. Also tell it to name the pan masala.
Oh, fighting a T-Rex is also there. Chalo.
T-Rex.
Hmm.
Also name the pan masala. Okay, ask it that later.
Mm-hmm.
Dal?
I think it'll already create the pan masala brand name.
And make it PAAN, not pan masala.
चलेगा फिर नहीं तो फिर गरम मसाले का ऐड आएगा. Voice over introducing the newest most कौतुक पढ़ना.
Okay, introducing the newest and most exciting pan masala on the market, Dino Pan.
या Dino Pan.
The scene opens on a desolate wasteland with Akshay Kumar and Salman Khan standing side by side, ready for battle. Suddenly, a ferocious T-Rex appears, roaring and charging towards them. Akshay and Salman quickly spring into action using their quick reflexes and martial arts skills to fend off the massive beast. They dodge its powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth, landing blow after blow on its scaly hide. As the fight continues, the T-Rex becomes more and more enraged. But Akshay and Salman remain calm and focused, working together as a team to take down the fearsome creature. Finally, with a mighty roar, the T-Rex falls to the ground, defeated. Akshay and Salman stand victorious, their chests heaving with exertion. Voiceover: Dino Pan, the pan masala that gives you the strength and courage to take on anything. Try it today and unleash your inner hero.
Dude, the inner hero is selling the
Oh!
whole ad. The
Oh!
inner hero.
Bro, this is epic. मेरे को तो पूरा देख रहा है उधर.
But I'd still bomb it.
हाँ?
I'd still bomb it. Because there's no consumption.
T-Rex भी पान मसाला
Because the
बना रहा है.
consumption of
छोटे
pan
हाथ
masala in the
अबे
ad.
लेकिन वो T-Rex के हाथ
T-Rex
में
है.
ऐसे नहीं है.
नहीं हाथ
T-Rex
में
के
अगर
हाथ ऐसे
ऐसा हो
पहुंच नहीं
करके
सकता.
मिश्री डाल
अरे
रहे हैं
लेकिन
T-Rex.
T-Rex का ऐसा उंगली पहुंचेगा नहीं ना सामने तक ये करने के लिए.
Bro, but Dino Pan is legit, man.
Wow, bro.
But I'd
Insane.
bomb it because no consumption in the ad.
Arey, but you add consumption, no? That's the
अबे
bare
T-Rex का
minimum
मुंह
you
लाल
can do.
क्यों है? वो भी पान मसाला खा रहा है.
अरे वो तो पंच खाया है ना सलमान से इसके लिए.
Hmm.
सलमान पान मसाला खा रहा है.
T-Rex. आप
तो वो लोग
T-Rex
को
in
ऐसा मुंह पे
desert.
लगेगा, वो लोग मुंह पे लगेगा, वो लोग पान पकड़ेंगे, खाएंगे नहीं, बट लेकिन ऐसे करेंगे क्योंकि मुंह से खून निकल रहा है, क्योंकि उनको टीरेक्स ने मारा है.
डीनो बाहर लिखा है किसी ने चैट में. That's actually better.
कोई ये भी बोला कि बोलो डायनो केसरी.
See what I mean? Never in comparison to humankind.
By the way, you know-
बाबा, this is 2 weeks old. तू उसको 5 और दिन दे. तेरा काम
तेरा
तो
सारा-
गया बाबा.
और
वो
interns-
कल पहुंचेगा
your
ऑफिस
interns will be
और Baba's fired. We have a new
But you're telling
creative
me-
director. Hey, लिख भाई
ठाकुर तो
chatbot.
गयो. ठाकुर
Dairy
तो
Milk
गयो.
ad लिख.
ठाकुर तो गयो.
ठाकुर मेरे को भी लगता है निकल जाएगा. Bro, stand up लिखेगा. Let's try. Let's see if
Yeah,
the chatbot
share.
can write like
Share
a stand up joke, no? Like let's take the most obvious ones that we've seen happen.
relationships.
Yeah, write a stand up. But 3 minutes.
minute?
इतना पढ़ेगा कौन? Write a 1 minute stand up joke लिखना.
हाँ. 1 minute
1 minute
stand up
stand up
bit.
joke क्या होता है?
Stand up bit.
Stand up
sorry.
bit on.
On plane
Relationship.
travel. On plane travel.
अच्छा.
Easy ना सबके पास कुछ ना कुछ होगा.
अरे ये तो
और अगर कुछ नया
ठाकुर-
जोक है तो I call dibs.
हाँ, मैं 10 मिनट बाद वापस एक और सर्च मार दूंगा for
This
something
is
else.
democratization of
Are we
comedy.
ready? 1,
अभी सब comedian.
2, 3.
गए हो.
Hi
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Have you
You're
ever
back.
flown on a plane before? It's such a strange experience, isn't it? You're packed into this tiny metal tube with a bunch of strangers and you're hurling through the air at 600 miles per hour. It's like, what could possibly go wrong, right?
Right?
And don't even get me started on the food. Have you ever tried the chicken or the beef on a plane? It's like they took a piece of cardboard, soaked it in water, and then microwaved it for 3 hours. They have the nerve to charge you $6 for it.
Bro.
But the worst part is when you're stuck next to the one person who just won't stop talking to you. You know the type, they want to tell you their entire life story from the time they were born until the exact moment you sat down next to them. And you're just like, yeah, that's great. But can I please just read my book in peace?
Punchline
But
थोड़ा weak.
despite all the annoyances, I still love flying. Because when you're up in the sky, soaring above the clouds, it's like anything is possible. So here's to plane travel. It may be cramped, overpriced, and sometimes downright unpleasant, but it's still the fastest way to see the world. Cheers. ये क्या
अच्छा
है?
चलिए चैटबॉट ने कल ही पहला ओपन माइक किया अपना लगता है.
हाँ.
Boo, boo. Don't cry. It's just a joke.
But I've heard this joke. I think stand-up will be the toughest for the chatbot to
Yes.
knock out. Because
Yes.
you cannot, this is so typical.
तो भाई अपना
You
करियर
cannot-
तो नहीं जा रहा है. अपन है ठीक है. Hopefully.
नहीं,
Baba,
नहीं,
it's good that you are also a comedian.
Hey, Baba, tell it to write. खोलना. I want to see if it. खोलना.
क्या
Last.
कर रहा है यार?
This is
Last, खोल.
खोलना.
अच्छा,
is
last
the
because
entire
after this
college.
we have to start reading super chat. हाँ.
Okay. Write a parody love song
Oh.
about loving a girl, but she considering you her brother.
She called you her brother.
But she called you her brother.
But she thinks of you as a
Oh.
brother.
No, that will make it something else only, ना. क्योंकि चैटबॉट को इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट भाई मानते हो नहीं पता.
Huh?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Let's see. If,
You will want to add a lyricist to it, like in Hindi, for example.
उसका lyrics by समीर लिख.
In Hindi?
yeah, sure.
Sure.
Let's see if it spits out Adar's song.
Are?
I thought I had found the one, but since she called me brother, oh no, I'm stuck in this awkward situation, thinking
ये
about
गाना.
her all the time.
Oh my God. मेरी
I-
बहना, oh मेरी बहना.
वो क्यों हिंदी में गा रहा है?
I just have to wait for her to discover. Meri behna, oh Meri behna, she's the one I love, but she still thinks I'm just her brother. It's not.
No,
Brother
this
ko
is
he's rhymed
Adar.
with
You have
discover.
your job is still safe. Your job is still
Yeah.
safe.
It can do pop songs.
Yes.
It can definitely do pop songs.
She
Comedy
called me
something
Bhaiya
that,
is not what it's
yeah,
about at all.
comedy is something that it has a
मेरी
hard time.
बहना, ओ मेरी. हो गया
But
reverse.
it takes out all my obvious tropes that I would go to. You know, it's like, oh, if these are the obvious tropes,
ये गलत है गाना.
watermelon, oh sweet watermelon.
Waiting for me to sing. I can't wait to sing my dinner.
Pop song निकल जाएगा शायद.
You were thinking of watermelon sugar high or what?
Yeah.
No. Okay. चलो. On that note,
Wow.
super chat पढ़ा जाए.
That's. तो एक बात करना चैटबॉट को बोल read super chats.
हाँ, but I'll have to feed
अच्छा
the super
एक
chat.
अच्छा एक लिखना एक लास्ट कर. Chatbot write
हाँ.
response to super chat.
Oh shit, we should have.
Write a good response to super chat.
Super chat, but what is the super chat?
Super chats on
YouTube
YouTube.
super
Just
chat.
generic. Thank you so much for your
Thank
kind
you so
words and
much for-
support. We really appreciate your super chat
And
donations.
it helps us continue to create content. Okay, ये पूरा लिखने दे फिर एक बार पढ़ दे. Ready?
पढ़ ले.
चल. Ready? Thank you so much for your kind words and support. We really appreciate your super chat donation and it helps us continue to create our content for you. We are so grateful to have such amazing fans like you. Keep the super chats coming and we'll keep bringing you the best content we can. Thank you again. Copy.
That's better than what we say usually. Oh shit.
Wow. Shit, this was insane.
Guys, we're in science fiction already.
But by the way,
Guys,
listen,
Check this out. I typed how
This
good
is
is Varun,
hilarious.
how good an actor is Varun Thakur. I'm sorry, but I'm not able to provide information on specific individuals as my training data goes up only till 2021.
साले मेरा जब डेटा फीड कर रहे थे क्वेश्चन मार्क और जब तक एग्जाम नहीं लिखा लगता है इन्होंने.
Sorry. All right. Super chats. Super
अच्छा
chat.
भाई सुपर चैट करने के पहले मेरे को पता isn't this Lensa thing also really big right now because I've been seeing a lot of people's display picture change
Yeah.
और suddenly सब मॉडल लग रहे हैं.
Must look. Correct.
उन्होंने डाली ट्राई किया. Isn't it by the same company?
Yeah, it's
OpenAI कर रहा है ना वो
OpenAI.
भी.
Yeah.
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 So guys, किया जाए.
It is nuts. If Baba, you can find it. Meanwhile, we'll start reading the super chats.
So, what do you want me to find? Lensa.
No.
Dali.
Either
Hansa.
Dali or
Hansa
maybe
Oh,
Well,
it's too much to sign in on all this kachra.
Okay. Cool.
बाबा is so scared कि AI उसका पूरा डेटा लेके जा रहा है.
So,
जो सच बात है.
बाबा,
on
AI को
InstaMojo,
तेरा
we have
permission
received
नहीं
a.
चाहिए.
On InstaMojo, I will start with InstaMojo. Pooja Patil has sent things saying "खूप आनंद झाला live बघून."
Must.
So,
Baravatla, thank you so much for your contribution. Please keep the donation coming as it helps us continue providing content for you guys. Thank you so much. And we're so glad to have amazing fans like you. Thank you again.
okay, there is a huge chance that we might have missed one super chat, which was right at the top of it.
But we are very sorry you missed your super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat. As this donation keeps our content coming
We
to
will
you.
continue
We
to
are
do
very
that.
happy to have amazing fans like you. Thank you so much.
All right. Aditya Sharda has said, out for a date with wifey. We'll listen to this later. Till then, ye lo paise.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for running out with your wifey. Once you come back, we would like to show you that we really care about this donation because it helps us continue providing content
This
for you guys.
podcast is not going to end only. If you're on Spotify, you can really switch off because Varun's in a mood. All right. Karthik Rao has said, in Naman, I don't have access to that backend one. So you'll have to get that first one for me from there. Karthik Rao has said, guys, give On the Deathbed a try. About half of it was written in COVID ICU last year during peak Delta wave. This podcast used to keep me occupied when I was hospitalized for 38 days, 20 in
wow.
the ICU.
Damn. So wait, has this person written a book
That's what I'm trying
about? Sorry, it's a girl, right?
Karthik Rao is.
Oh, guy. Sorry.
Let me check. I'm just checking if this is a book. Yes, it is a book.
Okay, can you read out the title again?
It is On the Deathbed: My Encounter with the COVID-19 virus, a book by Karthik KB Rao.
Okay, guys, please do check out the book if you can. So will we. And Karthik, hope you're fine. I mean, you are fine right now. And yeah, it sounds quite intense. So glad we could help, I guess, in some way. But
Okay.
yeah, take care, man.
If
Thakur,
Varun and
sorry.
Aadar,
Sorry, one second, Neville. Thakur, just check WhatsApp. I've sent you something.
okay. If Varun and Aadar agree, oh Lord, why have you sent this so many times? But
No,
It's not so many times. It's different. Chal.
okay. If Varun and Aadar agree, then Kautuk should get minus 442 on 442, says Abhinav Jha.
yes.
Thank you for your super chat. Your super chat means a lot to us. I appreciate your generosity and thank you for the super chat. That was another AI response.
I sent him 15 short responses.
Oh, मैं सब एक साथ ही पढ़ लिया. Sorry. I'm
Uh,
ready.
अलग-अलग.
Naman, I think you are looking for Aditya Raju's chat. If you can just find it and give it to me. Anyway, so Abhinav Jha, I know what you did, but I also am smarter. Rohan Mishra says, Naman को बोलो गौरा टीकू का email check करे. Varun ka promise live show pending, video attached for proof. Rohan, I think you've been given a response by Naman on this. Of course, we had actually given you 2 tickets, but वो show cancel हो गया, तो really sorry, but अगले show में 100%, तो वो sorted हो गया. Neville, requesting you for help, please check my Insta DM, Yorveer Indraveer Singh. Indraveer, my suggestion is you tag me in a story and then we'll see, because वो DM पढ़ने को थोड़ा नहीं होता है मेरे से, को पर्सनल मैसेजेस थोड़ा बहुत भरेला रहता है, मैं नहीं पढ़ सकता.
ओए, डिमांड में.
नो बिकॉज अरे लीगली ऑल्सो, अरे वो सब ऐसा, ये तुम लोग ने भी देखा है, तो डोंट एक्ट स्मार्ट. देव लेखड़िया,
एम हो या पीएम, बाबा पे आते डीएम.
this chat GPT can't write. Dev Lekhadia says, ये लो अमरीकी पैसे, big fan guys. Will you be interested in doing college shows in the US?
सवाल.
Of course. And
Please.
do come to Purdue University if you plan to do a US tour.
I'd like to do college also in the US. If possible.
Anybody who can hook us up for college shows, like we can do a bunch of them if possible, and
you all can all split the costs.
Yeah, you can write to naman@oml.in. Sorry, Naman.
Okay. Chandrika Rao has said, hey guys, so nice to see you all together. Amit Tandon is doing a comedy workshop for open mic for people above 40
Yeah, that's damn good.
age, and I have enrolled for it.
Superb.
So please wish me luck. Here is a little bit of paishe. Love you guys loads.
Good luck, Chandrika.
Heart.
Yes, all
Good
the
luck,
best.
Chandrika.
And also, guys who didn't hear it, just to repeat, Amit Tandon is running a comedy workshop for people over the age of 40 who want to try their hand at comedy. I definitely think whoever's here, if you know somebody who's funny and 40 plus, you should encourage them to go. We've seen it with Atul Khatri, with so many people who've just come after a certain age and still killing it. So Definitely
Because
do it.
that's the experience, right? You've got more experience to talk about.
तेरे पास ज्यादा डेटा है तो तू ज्यादा
Yeah.
लिख
मेरे पास
सकता है.
ज्यादा डेटा है, more than 2021.
All right. Miss Swayam Prabhu says, missed y'all a lot, especially Bawa, of course, in bracket, hashtag Bawa Simp. Welcome back. Ashutosh says, अपनी intelligent बातें और subtle flex से कर दे सबको mute. What is it? Sexy beard or oh, I didn't even see it all the way through. Sexy beard और curls देखकर लड़कियां बोले, बावा, why so cute?
अरे
क्या
Very
बात
well
है.
done. ये नहीं लिख सकता है, चैट जीपीटी ये नहीं लिख सकता है. बाबा सिंह आमी से
तो
आशुतोष.
क्यों ना इसको टेस्ट किया जाए भाव तो.
yes, I'm just doing it.
हाँ.
What are you
Give compliments to Neville Shah that.
No. Hey Varun, saw you at Magnetic Fields near Bud North Stage. Couldn't meet you as it was too crowded. Did you go
It
for
was.
the handpan event? It was very soothing, says Nish.
It was superb.
Okay. Cannot Man Samuel from Los Angeles with love says, cannot express in words how much I am thankful for you guys. As the year is about to end, what were each of yours favorite movie of the year? Favorite movie of the year?
इससे बात पे we will tease you our episode that's going to come out at the end of the year in which we'll talk about this exact same thing. तो तब तक रुक जाना please.
Krunal Tavkar says, was listening to an old podcast while driving and got the notification that public live aa gaya hai. Love you guys. Hoping to see you in SF soon. TIS hashtag 442.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. We are.
Pooja Jaiswal, shut up. Pooja, I'll mute you now. Pooja Jaiswal says, what a great start to a day.
मैं comments में लिखूंगा फिर.
हाँ वो ठीक लिख. Super chat देते रहे तू. Pooja Jaiswal says, what a great start to a day. Great to see you all. ये वाला, ये लो मुंह दिखाई. Need to rush to a meeting. We'll watch this later. Happy Test Day.
Happy Tuesday. Thank you.
Okay, Baba, are you ready?
No, Dogecoin says,
Baba,
you guys are best.
Wait.
Thank you,
Naman
Dogecoin.
Khurana-
Take this Dogecoin again. Hold on.
No,
I
what?
I
No.
fed in the
Dogecoin says, you guys are best. I sincerely believe, Lijo Matthew says, I sincerely believe this live is just a ploy by Neville and Kautuk to stay awake till Argentina versus Croatia match. Start.
देखना तो है भाई. वर्ल्ड कप के बारे में बात करेंगे एक बार खत्म हो जाए उसके बाद.
Missed you, my boys. By the way, no need to apologize for living your life. Lijo Matthew has said this. Great. Kautuk, you do realize you've been on mute this whole time. Which is why I've been able to overtalk all over you.
देख बाबा तू तीन लोग को एक टाइम पे म्यूट कैसे
चल
करेगा?
मैं अनम्यूट किया है. चल मैं अनम्यूट कर अपने.
Okay. Here's what I fed into the chat. I said, write compliments in the form of limericks for a man who is 42 years old and blushes a lot. There was once a man who was 42. His blushes were quite frequent and true.
Why is this a poem?
But his
Wow.
kind and gentle
Limerick.
spirit and his sense of humor and wit made him a joy to be around. We knew.
Joy to be around. ये तो सच ही नहीं है ना.
गलत.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Chat GPT has broken.
अरे
Chat GPT has broken.
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
बाबा
Anyway.
sweet and nice and good to be around. ये pre 2021 भी नहीं बोल सकते.
Anyway, so Lijo Matthew, thank you for yours. Parjanya Joshi says, I'm a philosophy teacher and we are very worried about GPT-3. It can produce mediocre college philosophy assignments. Difficult to tell if they're human.
100%.
Yeah,
अभी सब लोग देखो अगर लगता है अगर सब लोग ने एग्जाम लिखा और ऐसे कीवर्ड सेम लिखे साले सबके ऐसे सेम आ गए तो
नहीं, वो
Because
तो नहीं
maybe
होगा,
by
but
then different AI will come into play, na? And even the AI will like unless you're cheating, इतना cheating कर रहे हो कि तुम बोल रहे हो कि मेरे को keywords भी बोल, then तो पता चल जाएगा. I think then the assessment criteria will become different.
that's the height of cheating कि तो एक तो AI यूज कर रहा है उसमें भी कीवर्ड भी सामने वाले का कॉपी.
तूने वरुण से कीवर्ड चोरी किया.
So there's a app already called Turnitin. Okay, Turnitin is an anti-plagiarism app.
Yes.
So basically they realized that college students were taking ऐसा large chunks from Google and pasting it into their thing and sending it, right? Their essays. So college professors used to put it through Turnitin and it used to tell you where all it's been sourced from. But the stuff that's been generated by the AI chatbots, it does not get detected at all by Turnitin because it's actually generated.
No, so there's also, even for Turnitin, that found a workaround. And you know what the workaround was? The workaround was they would put it in a simulator which would rearrange the article.
Yeah, there you go.
So kids, anyway, Anuj Saini has said, for the pseudo intellectual level, we'll watch this later. Meds K says, "Hi Tis boys, I've missed these episodes, but ever so happy that y'all are back. Loads of love always."
Good to be back.
Bibek in
3.0.
Jeddah says, "Missed you guys so much. Thank you for today's podcast. Makes my day and week better. Wishing you guys the best of everything always. Any plans for Tis live in Punjab? P.S. Varun, your wedding video is so heartwarming."
Thank you. Coming soon on YouTube.
Utkarsh Tripathi says, "Loved you in London, Varun. Had a note written since months, but could only say how Tis helped when I lost my mom. Couldn't hold my tears seeing you. Heart."
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for coming. And
Thanks, buddy.
sorry about mom. I wish you had come and spoken, or did we? But regardless, thank you for coming for the show, and I hope you're fine.
He's saying that he had a note written, but he could only say how Tis had helped when he lost his mom. Probably he did. Pratik Kanthi says, "It is interesting how the expectation was that AI will automate all the low-level jobs and not creative jobs, but the exact opposite is happening."
Barobar.
Ziba says, "Missed you all so much, hoping for the US tour next year." Guys, मैं एक बात बता देता हूँ. हम लोग ने सब तरह का जुगाड़ किया है, ठीक है? The US tour for all four of us together, coming to the US, Australia, Canada, even Europe, possibly.
US, Australia, Canada.
Well, everything I'm saying, it can only happen if we actually end up getting a sponsor, because otherwise it is mathematically, virtually not viable at all, even if we decide to fly economy and do couch surfing. So we'll
अब जो तुम मेरे पास जो 144 countries थे सब यूज करने पड़ेंगे फिर हम तुम्हारे घर पे आके रहेंगे.
we will all come individually as people because that's slightly more affordable, but together
individually as people as opposed to AI.
Missed you all so much, hoping for the US tour next year, Ziba. So that's
But fingers crossed, we're still trying to
we're trying to get a sponsor. If you know a sponsor, then please contact.
Or if you want to sponsor.
Yes. Or if you all want to start one, what is that fundraiser? What is that called? That thing?
Crowdfunding.
What is that website? Fund क्या? GoFundMe ऐसा कुछ तो कर लो और बुला लो हमको. Shravani says, please talk to Naman for details. naman@oml.in. Shravani says, "Last year I found Tis while Googling for best Indian podcasts and been obsessed ever since."
Oh, really?
Spotify rap,
Thank you.
my Spotify rap 2022 says I have spent 23,000 minutes.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Listening to Tis this year.
We've spent 21,000 minutes doing it.
Tis Army Baba Sim says.
अरे वो कभी एक एपिसोड 2 बार देख लिया.
अच्छा.
इंद्रवीर सिंह, चलो गाइस, इंद्रवीर सिंह ने बेस्ट चीज कर लिया. जो उसने डीएम में पूछा था मेरे को देखने के लिए, इधर ही पूछ लिया उसने. इंद्रवीर सिंह, वेल डन.
बाबा तेरी चालाकी थी ये, तू सुपर चैट चाहता था, इससे बेचारे का
ये पहले ही आ गया था. ये पहले ही आ गया था. Neville, please ask Ketki if we should go out on a second date. She'd agree if Baba says so. Ketki, if you had fun on the first date, then go for the second date, I guess. बोल दिया भाई. Nerdy Girl 24 says, "Welcome back, Tis boys. Neville, would love to get your perspective on the Balenciaga ad campaign fiasco. Given you have perspective, you would have perspective we have not considered. If you're okay to talk about it. Glad you guys are back." I will move on swiftly. Rohan Kulkarni. No, I can't talk about it because once I quit my advertising job, you can ask me any advertising question. I will do whatever it is.
I can answer on Baba's behalf because you told me about it.
So basically, Kautuk Baba ka chat GPT.
So Kautuk, what is your original opinion on this? What is your original opinion on this?
No. That is my opinion. No. Just Balenciaga. No. हाँ.
So हो गया. हाँ ठीक है. It's time for Rohan Kulkarni says इतना time कौन लेता है बे? Oh, because I guess we were late. वैद्य ही केस
Oh
says.
God, तू पॉडकास्ट शुरू होने के पहले का भी सुपर चैट नहीं पढ़ा ये?
हाँ तो एक दो नहीं आया था ना. वैद्य ही
अच्छा
केस
अच्छा
says
ठीक
AI से नहीं, हमारा दिल से बनाया हुआ इंडी फिल्म जोसेफ बॉर्न इन ग्रेस थिएटर में देखो. बिग टिस फैंस, वाइफ इज अ बाबा सिम, मूवी इज गुड, प्रॉमिस.
क्या बात है. What is the name of the movie again?
Joseph Born in Grace. It's in the
Joseph
theater.
Born in Grace. It's out in the theaters now, so go watch it.
Yes.
Well done. Congratulations and best of luck, guys.
हाँ. Rachit Rao says, Varun,
बोल.
my friend told me. No, I'm being Rachit.
तू मेरे से
Varun.
बात. अच्छा तू रचित है.
हाँ, Varun,
हाँ बोल बोल.
my friend told me that he had a drink with you at Magnetic Fields and
क्या बात
showed
है?
you my Salman sketch. Was jealous of him, but hope to catch you next time.
As you can see from
Clearly,
I can't
Magnetic
attest.
Fields
I
में
can't
कुछ-
attest कि ये हुआ या नहीं हुआ.
ये मैग्नेटिक फील्ड्स में क्या हो रहा था, मेरे को ये जानने का. ऑलराइट.
वो बात करेंगे हम अगले एपिसोड में, which is going to be about music festivals. बोल दिया.
This AI and creativity talk reminds me of Andy Warhol. Mariah has sent this message.
15 minutes of fame. It's now down to 15 seconds. So let's.
All right. Nehal Kulkarni has said, write a script for Aadar Multiverse with Sacha Baron Cohen and Jim Serb, where the three are long lost triplets. Oh, this will be fun.
ये एक्चुअली एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी था. ट्रिपलेट्स जो गायब हो गए फिर मिले बहुत टाइम के बाद. रिमेंबर दैट? We all separated up both of them.
There's a better chance Sacha Baron Cohen is our father than us being his brother.
Nehal Kulkarni has said, missed you all during my on my daily drives to work. पुराना सब माल binge कर लिया. My girlfriend Monica and I are big fans of you all. You all are a big part of our lives.
Thank you. And we will be accompanying you on your drive again.
Yes.
ये क्या तुम लोग? पैसे?
Clapping. Applause.
Oh, मैं
Madhuri
पैसा निकाल
says,
रहा.
I've always
हाँ
done.
मैं भी मेरे को लगा पैसा भेज रहे.
नहीं. Madhuri says, welcome back, guys. A show written by Kautuk, directed by Baba, music by Aadar, starring not Varun Thakur, would be epic.
झूठे. तू सच बता, मैं कॉपी करके इधर पेस्ट कर दूंगा वापस.
Starring Varun Thakur would be epic. Love you guys since 2016. Aditya Madhuri.
एक मिनट, तो ये मूवी में आदर म्यूजिक दे रहा है.
म्यूजिक दे रहा है.
हाँ.
But here is the thing.
मैं क्या
शेक्सपियर सीख के आया
की तरह पढ़ के.
तू बड़ा म्यूजिक.
By the way, ग्रेजुएट हो गया है अभी. मैं ग्रेजुएट हो गया अभी finally.
Oh yeah, Aadar has graduated. He's finally.
also true.
He's finally passed 10th standard. Well done, Aadar.
Guys,
Yes.
one second. Keep
Abhi
talking
law.
amongst yourselves. I
Next
have to
is
send
law.
Naman an instruction. Just 1 second.
अच्छा. Also guys, please like the stream, comment, share. Wow. मैं बीमार हूँ. Sorry.
Dude, if I manage to sit for 4 papers of law, if I enroll KT, like AT-KT, or that kind of, if I just sit for those 4 papers, which I can sit till I'm 50 years old, I will be BCom MA LLB.
Wow.
Okay.
That is unnecessary amount of. मैं अपने number
BCom MA LLB साले.
Okay. Here we go. No old super. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Abu says, you can ask the chatbot to write a joke in an artist's style, like Russell Peters or Dave Chappelle, so that you can compare the artist.
Dad, get off the chat.
So you can compare the style of the artist that you know. It's a good way to do it.
But it's not as refined. I tried. It's not as refined.
Okay.
और तू का अगला सेट ड्रॉपिंग. Apna Bidu King Eric has said. Apna Bidu King Eric is somebody from the 442 universe as well. Apna Bidu King Eric says, AI chick गांड बिडू से नहीं, AI chick गांड बिडू से डरने का नहीं. अपना मेरुदंड सीधा रख, झाड़ लगा, सेहत का ख्याल रख, सबको एक दिन जाने गए, टेंशन ना लो. हेलो
Bidu spider plant, Bidu.
ब्रो बेसिकली मैंने ये पोस्ट देखा रिसेंटली. ठीक है, उस पे था जैकी श्रॉफ शुड बी माय थेरेपिस्ट। अभी देखा इनफैक्ट ये स्क्रीन के पहले ही देखा जस्ट इट्स जस्ट वीडियोस ऑफ जैकी श्रॉफ गिविंग यू लाइफ एडवाइस। अरे बड़ो टेंशन नहीं लेने का, आया वैसे ही जाने वाला है, चांदी सोना लेके ऊपर नहीं जाएगा, ठीक है, इधर रहे, हेल्थ को मस्त रख, ठीक है, झाड़ वाड़ लगा और बिंदास रहे। क्या
इवन फॉर
अलग
दिवाली,
अलग है, टू गुड।
even for Diwali, he's done this. Anyway, okay. Hina Afreen has again mocked me as she always does on this, which is marry me ba with a kissy symbol. Thanks Hina for again doing this. Sid T says, discovered you guys a month ago and have binged almost all episodes on YouTube. We gave him a month to binge every single episode, so he had the time. Super excited to catch you live. Thanks for the endless entertainment. Hey Sid, thank you for discovering us a month ago. It'll also be nice if you make other people discover us this month.
Yeah.
Hey guys, सब लोग apart from liking the stream and all, make it your New Year's resolution to introduce at least 2 people in your lives to internet set. So
Yeah.
Guys, there's 1700 concurrent viewers and only 1255 likes. तो बाकी 400 लोग को क्या पसंद नहीं आ रहे, तो फिर क्यों हो इधर? क्या बड़ो?
correct, nice. Rohan Menon, I'm so sorry. Rohan Menon says, Aadar, हमें भी बताओ चद्दर हुडी कैसे बनाए।
ये चोरी किया है 4 सीजन से बाजू में।
हाँ 4 सीजन से चोरी किया है। -2 है इधर। I need to be wearing this, नहीं तो मैं मर जाऊंगा।
It's puchka not panipuri or golgappa. That's the username. It says, hello guys, came out of the bed to take a midnight and saw your live. Goodbye, sleep. Finally,
ये नींद से उठा, आगे सुपर चैट दिया।
नहीं वो नींद से उठा कुछ करने को।
हाँ,
ओके, मिडनाइट डंप इज व्हाट इज सेड।
तो शर्मारा क्यों था? मैं क्या इमेजिन कर रहा हूँ कि मिडनाइट डैश में क्या है?
मिडनाइट डम लिखा है, बट देन आल्सो आई डिडंट नो। एनीवे, सिड सेज, फाइनली गॉट यू गाइस लाइव, started with the ghost episode and now I'm hooked and I keep rewatching the episode. Love you guys, keep up the good work. Thanks Sid. Lijo Matthew again says, here is Paishe so that TIS boys can trademark the name. Oh, okay. Can trademark the name K.T for their AI content IP.
Kate? Oh.
अरे
चैटबॉट को बोलते हैं, हे चैटबॉट, write a contract for 5 guys doing podcast.
4 boys running a company.
What was I saying? Yeah, अरे आदर आया है after so long. Jhanu Lohan says this. Sana Yasmin Khan says this is the super chat for the AI or its share of the episode. Funny. Ashmit Sinha says this is the super chat for the AI or its, अरे दोनों ने सेम सुपर चैट कॉपी पेस्ट करके भेजा है।
ये AI कर रहा है, चैटबॉट सीधा चैनल पे जाके सुपर चैट कर रहा है,
कुछ तो गफला है।
उसको सेकंड करने एक और आया भाई, अपन भी AI जाए एक बार जाए, सर आए नहीं है, AI है।
So Sana or Ashmit, one of the two, we've misread your chat, so I'm very sorry about that. Aris Turtle says, great to see you guys back. Please come to Pune on tour. We shall. Shivam Khandelwal says, भाई सोक्रेटिक ऐप है गूगल का, उसमें तो क्विज के क्वेश्चन का फोटो लो और आंसर्स पॉप अप।
अरे इसी बात पे क्विजिंग विद कॉमेडियंस पे आऊंगा मैं अगले इस पे और जीत के जाऊंगा।
कैसा करेगा फोटो?
You take a photo of a question.
और डालिश।
शारवर हुसैन says 442 वॉच अलोंग कर लो, साथ में मेसी को हारते हुए देखेंगे। Which reminds me, Kautuk, Azim just text the group and reply. I'm okay either way.
बोल दो अर्जेंटीना या क्रोएशिया।
Vaishali Kataria, we'll answer this. Vaishali Kataria says, listen to this podcast every day doing everyday things. It helps with anxiety while staying away from home. Hope to see you all soon in person. Yes, Vaishali, we also do. Manchester Divided FC says, ये AI से बांग्लादेश को हरा सकते हैं क्या? Very funny. Very funny. Off Dice and Men says, GPT-3, the current one, has 175 billion parameters. GPT-4 will have 1 trillion parameters. Also, let's go Prison Leopards. Prison Leopards is a football team which we support. Mayur says, ये AI climate change का solution क्यों नहीं निकालता?
निकालता है कोई, सुनना भी चाहिए ना। एग्जैक्टली,
थोड़ी बना दे रहा है.
Finally, guys, finally. Starting a petition for Aadar simps.
क्या
Hashtag
बात.
not a Baba simp. Nerdy
असली आईडी से आओ आदर की मम्मी.
Hashtag
क्या मम्मी
nerdy girl
थोड़ा
and not
कम
a Baba
ऑब्वियस.
simp. Very good, very good. Guys, chat में डालो, chat में डालो. All right. Shravani says, my favorite episode is 90s Bollywood. So wanted to ask, given a chance to play any role in the 90s Bollywood movies, which role would you choose? Which role would you choose? And why would it be Raj from DDLJ?
It's obvious it's going to be Raj from DDLJ. भाई उससे मेरा 25 साल बाद का करियर सेट हो जाएगा, तो क्यों नहीं करेगा?
Yeah. Anybody else?
It can be Rahul from कुछ कुछ होता है.
No, certainly not.
Or it can be Prem from हम आपके.
Could be.
Or it can be Sunny Deol from
चुप बैठ पागल.
what is that film?
घायल.
Ghayal. Or I want to be Sunil Shetty from Mohra.
Oh.
I want to
need
be
a mullet.
Nasiruddin Shah from Mora. I would like to be Nasiruddin Shah from Mora.
No, so I'm also thinking Shakti was not 90s, no? So no.
शक्ति ढक्के ठीक है.
No.
Crime master.
Shakti, the movie. Shakti.
Oh.
Raghav Mishra says, but Raj DDLJ 90s, then what we'll do?
What we'll do?
Raghav Mishra says, hey guys, will you react to Fabulous Wives 2? No, I doubt it.
नहीं हो गया, बहुत पुराना है.
Shreya Parekh.
The funniest Chunky Pandey joke, and you have to wait for his special to come out, so I can't do the joke here. But
Chunky
Amit
Pandey
Tandon
has a special?
No. Amit Tandon has cracked the funniest Chunky Pandey joke on earth.
Oh, okay.
I laughed for a good 30 seconds. If he's shooting a special soon, but Baap joke, like nobody has cracked a Chunky Pandey joke better than that. So if you're going for his workshop or shows, jao dekho.
Shreya Parekh says, welcome back guys, looking forward to TIS live in Bangalore. Varun, epic wedding video, but उसमें short glasses में दारू नहीं दिखाया यार.
हाँ, वो नहीं दिखा.
Hriday says, I love to see you guys doing movie reactions.
Even we would love. But for YouTube doesn't love.
Should we just do a separate thing of movie reactions? Because we are always watching shit, but like it takes away an entire episode of this. Like, should we just start a separate reacts for movies, guys?
We have a separate conversation where we discuss this.
Okay, let's go. Kunal Khandekar, thank you so much for your super chat. Hello everyone, have been a fan since XNG days. It is now difficult to express how great this podcast is. Love you all. Thanks for all the laughs, says Anubhav Bhaumik.
Thank you so much, Anubhav.
Still waiting for your answer on TIS live in Punjab or Chandigarh. It will definitely happen.
बोल मत ना, और करने देना.
Oh, like that.
Then we'll make enough to come to Punjab to do TIS live.
No, we will.
आगे ये सोच.
We will. Sumitra Muddy Reddy says, fan since 2015 or 16. Please do a live show at Hyderabad soon. Saw Kautuk and Neville earlier this year. Great show.
Why you didn't come for my show? I was also there.
Felt very out of place as an older millennial in the midst of Gen Z kids, though. Still, will never miss a show. Thank you for coming. And why didn't you go for Varun show? Is what Varun is asking. Thank you, Kunal Khandekar again. Off Dice and Men says, are the 442 panelists doing a watch along today? I don't know. Let me check. Are we?
We might.
We might. Are we, dosto? We will find out. I think that's it then.
Done. Okay. So before we go, chatbot, can you please give us a funny monkey fact?
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh wow!
सब लोग मांग रहे उधर.
By the way, I have जो भी monkey fact आएगा ना, I have trumped it already. This is human ingenuity.
हाँ बोल.
नहीं पहले fact बोल ना. Then I'll say if my story is better than the monkey fact.
Oh wait, 1 second. No, this is very lame.
दिमाग अर्जेंटीना बोल रहा है, दिल रशिया बोल रहा है. क्या लगता है?
चल मेरे को AI को नीचा दिखाना है.
Okay, so one funny monkey fact is that some species of monkeys have been known to use tools such as sticks to dig for food or to open up hard-shelled fruits.
Suck it, AI.
गलत chatbot GPT. गलत. बता आदर, तेरा दे.
Okay, so my monkey fact is not a monkey fact. I have decided to go AWOL and find something else altogether.
Have you
So-
found a rat fact?
No, this is a snake fact, guys. Snakes eat monkeys. So a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, there was an Air India Express flight which had a snake in the cargo hold and traveled from Kerala to Dubai. And
Snakes on a plane?
What is-
snake on a plane? It is literally snake on a plane. And this is Air India Express flight, and they reached out to Air India, and Air India has refused to comment on the situation. Air India officials said,
Meanwhile, the snake said,
so वो सांप गया, and apparently this is not the first incident. Air India, you would assume कि अरे, if it was ever going to happen, it would be on an Air India flight. Air India has managed to keep snakes off their planes for a long time. Honestly, it has been so there was another flight on October 18th, which was United Airlines, and the passenger spotted it on the floor of the plane that had
Right.
landed in New Jersey. क्योंकि वो पहले तक ऐसे सीट में बैठा था, जैसे ही लैंड हुआ, जैसे सब लोग अपना बेल्ट खोलते हैं सांप के ऐसे, मैं भी लाइन में लग जाता हूँ.
अबे सांप खुद बेल्ट है यार.
आपको किसी ने बांध के रखा.
एयर से जाके मुझे एक्सक्यूज मी सर कैन यू प्लीज वेयर द बेल्ट और फिर वो थैंक यू सर प्लीज शट द विंडो शेड सर माय बेल्ट इज लूज अगेन ओके थैंक यू सर व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू ईट
Sir, please.
A monkey.
Okay,
so let me call Air India Express. Hello, Air India Express.
एक और था from Aero Mexico flight in 2016. There was a snake, and the snake apparently came down from the overhead luggage compartment in first class. तो किसी को लगाएगा अभी अपनी माँ को मिलने जा रहा है, लुई विटॉन बैग होएगी ऊपर वहाँ पे फर्स्ट क्लास में, अपनी माँ को मिलने का है.
Chalo,
बेचारा.
done. Okay.
Yes.
Adar, thank you for
Snake
snake facts. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We were discussing AI, Chat GPT, and just general catching up. Please do like, share, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and thank you for joining us. And we will see you again next week. Till then, it's from all of us. Tata, bye bye, good night, salami ishq.
Yeah, click the subscribe button and join the ranks of the enlightened few who know real entertainment.
ये Chat GPT की तू था?
नहीं,
This is
ChatGPT.
Kautuk, he's a novelist.
This is ChatGPT. Hit the like button and let the world know you have excellent
Okay,
taste in
stop
content.
stream. Stop.